Hello, Digi here, and I am back with part 2 of my Let's Play of Sword of the Stars. And we've got a kind of different screen this time. We can actually see what each of the names of our enemies are and what place they are in terms of, well, how good they are. So far, humans are dead last, and if you have no idea what this name is a reference to, then you really need to get out from under a rock. Now, the next biggest threat are the hybers, which is interesting to say the least. They are kind of difficult to dislodge, so with this little bit of information that we have gained, let's get back into the game.
System update.
Alright. Still not that much we can do, or talk about for that much. So, for now, we might as well go ahead and end turn 4 and go on to the next one.
System update.
And we have the next world in our systems explored. And what do you know? It sucks. Just like the last one. So this fleet is going to be moving to Tula. Hopefully that world's a little better. Our last exploratory fleet is finally made, but instead of sending them to one of these stars within our little mini cluster, I'm going to send them to one of these others. Because I kind of want to know which enemy is starting in which one. Would help. So, let's see where they can go. Yeah, the turn rates on any of these are going to be bad. However, this one is only 11 turns away. I say let's go.
As you say, Marukan.
It'll finish just a little bit after FTL Economics, which only has about 3 turns left for it to finish researching. And about 56% complete. Now, one thing I want to mention about researching in this game is that there are 2 things that can happen when you're researching something. One, it can go under budget, meaning once it gets to about 50%, it can complete before it gets to 100. Now, this is great. That means you get a technology ahead of schedule and can start researching something else right off the bat. However, it can also go the exact opposite direction. You could get to 100% when it would normally finish, and it goes over budget and keeps going. This is one of the most annoying parts about research, is because sometimes you get up to 150% before what you're attempting to research actually finishes. It can get kind of annoying and can slow you down a good deal. So, let's hope that in the next few turns we will have FTL Economics. Nothing really important there. So, intern.
System update.
Nope, doesn't look like we're going to be getting an under-budget research of FTL Economics. However, we do have the next world explored, and once again, it sucks. Boy, 3 worlds in a row, all of them terrible. Next up, Left Condi.
We rise as
Hopefully,
one, Marukan.
it's a little bit better. I hope. Now, while we're waiting for some of, well, the interesting stuff to happen in this game, why don't I go ahead and give you a little bit of background information
System
about the Morgi.
update.
4 worlds that suck. Boy, we just ended up in a really bad position, didn't we?
Our tribe will lead the way, my Khan.
Surely at least one of these worlds has to be good. But anyway, the Morgi are actually one of the oldest races in this setting. They are so ancient, in fact,
System update.
that they
We
had
have the answer, Moru Khan.
space travel and a galactic empire when humanity was still banging rocks together and thought it was smart. In fact, because of their travels throughout the stars, our legends of dragons and similar such things were inspired by Morgi visitors to Earth. And they visited all the other races in this setting and gave them similar legends as a result. Now you might be wondering if the Morgi are so ancient and advanced, how come they're even competition for everybody else? How can they not just curb stomp everyone? Well, the problem is simply this. They lost a war. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but I'll get into it a bit later. Right now, we have FTL economics complete. That means we can go on to the next biggest research that we really need: battle computers. Now this will give us a new ship type for our fleets, something we really need. It's a command and control ship. Basically what it does is, if you have one of these in your fleet, you can control how your ships appear in battle and can add more ships per fight that you have. It's really handy and really freaking necessary.
Our women will solve this mystery, my Khan.
So it's really good to get that upgrade as soon as you possibly can. Now that we've got FTL economics going, as you can see, Sector 23 is now secure. What this means is that that trade route between these two worlds is up and running. But we currently can't activate it at the moment. But now that we've got FTL economics, we can go ahead and build the next ship type, a freighter. Yes, very exciting. Now, I don't really need any real spiffy name for this, but I tend to like to name my Morgi freighters Swift Wings.
It is a most cunning design, Moru Khan.
Decent name. It works. Fortunately, we may have to wait a little bit before we can actually get trade going. Especially considering we have yet to find any really good worlds around us. So, turn 8 is done. Next turn.
System update.
And that is the 5th world that has absolutely nothing. So, our next recourse is to try and
Our
explore
tribe will lead the way, my Khan.
the main cluster of stars. Now, there's going to be a lot of fighting here because all the races are going to start ending up here. So, because of that, let's start building stuff. For the drone ships, 2 of the basic armor ships. Add a thermal. And at least 2 tankers. That'll be good to start us off.
The shipwrights stand ready to build.
Alright. Got our building set up. It's in the turn.
System update.
Here's the first part of our new fleet. Built and ready to go. Again, I apologize for not much happening. Early parts of this game tend to be, well, kind of slow. Sorry. However, you can make things speed up a little bit by continuously ending turn until we can find something that's actually, well, interesting. Like that. Apparently we've encountered an unknown menace, one of the random encounters in this game. Unfortunately, we've only got 3 ships. Well, I might as well go and do this manually, just so you can get the first glimpse of actual combat in this game. Let's go. Oh. This is the Swarm, a cluster of tiny alien creatures, and we need to run. We need to run like yesterday. These things will swarm us and tear us apart. We do not have nearly enough ships to try to take this kind of army on. Not yet, anyway. We don't even have a good upgrade to this. And look at all that. Yeah. Yeah, this thermal is not going to make it. You see, we need to take this nest out as soon as possible. Do you know why? Because eventually they could send out a silicoid queen, meaning that this hive will start spreading to other worlds. That ain't good. And at long last we finally find a world that's actually, well, inhabited, or inhabitable. It's honestly not that great. Only a size 3 with 34,130 resources, but we're kind of starved on colonies at the moment. And it's going to be really hard to get more colonies considering the distance between the tiny starting clusters and the big one. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. Build a colonizer fleet, and you can actually use multiple colonizers to colonate a single world. It does help speed it up a bit.
The shipwrights stand ready to build.
So now that this world has been explored, let's go to another one.
As you say, Maru-Khan.
That will work. Speaking of which, we need a new exploratory fleet since we just lost one. Alright.
The time has come. Increase the flock.
Let's end the turn and go on to the next one.
System update. Our research is complete, my Khan.
Alright. Move the colonization fleet to left Condi.
Lead the way, my Khan.
And we have the tech battle computers acquired. Not over budget, but not under budget. Decent trade-off. Now, to build the next style of ship. The Squadron CNC. Not bad looking, all things considering. Add recombinant officials to make it go faster. And let's see. Let's name this one the Nevermore. Made a friend asked me to name a ship that seems like a pretty good name for a command vessel.
We will remember the plan of this ship, my Khan.
And we have a new ship design ready. Let's build one.
Our sisters will build fine ships, Moro Khan.
Now, this planet with its swarm, there's one upgrade in particular that will seriously help us clear that place out. Point defense tracking. But its primary purpose is to take down swarms of missiles. The better defense tracking you have, the less missiles will reach your ships. When you're attacking swarms of things like drones and the swarm, point defense really works too. So yes, that is the next research we are going to get.
Solve this mystery, my Khan.
Only about 7 turns to get it too. Not all that bad. Alright, we've got our attack fleets growing. We've got our colonization fleet heading out. The next replacement scout fleet getting ready. Probably send them to another one of the mini clusters. Let's end the turn.
System update.
And we now have the Nevermore as part of our fleet. Alright. Wait, no. Wrong. There we go. Next scout fleet is ready and able to go. Let's see.
We will cleave the darkness, Khan.
Take a while, but they should at least get there. Let's continue to build our offensive fleet to try to destroy the swarm on Adina. And hopefully Adina actually is a world we can do something with, or else, yeah, that'd be kind of sucky. Let's go ahead and put up one more Nevermore, just in case the one that we have dies.
Our sisters will build fine ships, Moro Khan.
You know what? Add 2 more tanker ships. Just for good measure.
The shipwrights stand ready to build.
Don't want my ships to run out of fuel and get, you know, stranded. Alright, next turn.
System update.
Getting a pretty good sized destroyer fleet so far. Still got 5 turns for point defense tracking to complete. Oh, getting a bit of lag there. Alright. Nothing in particular to report at the moment, just waiting for stuff to finish building. In the turn.
System update.
I'm seriously dropping in frame rates for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay. There we go. Starting to get it a little bit better. Lerna. The first star we explore of the main star cluster. And it's not that good. While it is a colonized world, unlike a lot of the other stuff we managed to find, it's got a pretty big cost to colonize this thing. Not all that good. So, let's send it out to the next world. This one's only 2 turns away. Speaking of which, our colonization fleet has arrived. Let's colonize Left Kandi.
A new oasis for our people, Moroccan.
I'm really gonna have to double check the horrible frame rates I'm getting with this thing. Figure out what that is. But anyway, colonization efforts have begun. Our first of other colonizable worlds has been found. Our exploratory fleet has almost reached the next mini cluster. And we are 3 turns away from point defense tracking. Let's go to the next turn. I just realized I have 4 colony ships in this fleet. Why do I have 4 colony ships in that fleet? Let's correct that, shall we? I think I was meaning to build the drone ships, but accidentally clicked the colonizer ships. That's embarrassing. Let's add 2 more, for good measure.
Yes, my Khan. More ships will be built.
And also, I do apologize for the terrible frame rates. I'm going to call this Let's Play for now and figure out what the heck is going on. So, for part 2 of Let's Play Soar the Stars, this is Digi, signing off.